I didn't sell out, son. I bought in. Keep that in mind.
Welcome to the Independent Characters, episode 282. This is Carl.
This is Adan.
This is Chelle.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa, hey.
The Hobby Progress Challenge 2025/26 administrator in the house. In the house. And that's and the reason you're in the house, aside from the fact that you own it with me, is is that you are going to be helping us go over kind of where things stand as we go into this final month here.
Because we're closing it out.
Dun, dun, dun,
Closing it out. Spoiler, there'll be another one. We'll give it a break for a month, start a new one. So we'll talk more about that later. But before we get into that, we want to thank Arne Gorter, who I think we've mentioned before.
I think it's Arnie.
I think it's Arnie. I think we've mentioned him before, and I think we had the same discussion. He came up on the random poll. And Corey Crosting. I want to thank both of you very much.
I think it's Crosting.
Probably right.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to be nicer.
You know
see what I have to put up with? This is, when people say, "Oh, why aren't you nicer to Adan?"
I had a triple shot cortado, so it's going to be an interesting show.
Maybe it's Cartado.
Oh, wow. And I didn't think about that.
Anyway, they're members of our Patreon, and we really do appreciate your ongoing support. Okay. So, as we just said, we're going to talk about the 2026 Hobby Progress Challenge. We're going to go into kind of how things are going as we close out the final month.
And you can still win.
You could still get, still get entries.
I think I had someone join for August for their first month, which is cool.
Cool. I posted something on Reddit recently. Like somebody was saying, "Oh, how do I get like over this hump?" I'm like, "Or you could participate in something like this."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, let's go right into Elite Choice.
Okay.
And Adan, let's start with you.
So I have talked about Andrew Abiasa's Chaos Walkers before because he made what's the Chaos Roller guy when he's on feet?
Yeah, when he's on feet, he's the. Anyway, it was on the tip of my tongue until you asked. Yeah.
So he had done that before, but he did a new night.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to be honest, it's not my style. It's not. I wouldn't ever paint
the night.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not my style at all. But
actually, why is it not?
Because I'm not a fan of all the heavy duty battle damage.
Oh man,
stuff like that.
Amazing.
And I would never. I mean, I don't play Chaos, right? Other than the Red Corsairs, and so I probably wouldn't ever have a model that I would need to do that with. I guess
you could do that to Imperial models.
I could, yeah, but it's not. It's just not my style. However, I will say that I greatly admire and recognize the effort and skill it takes to do it, right? And so if you look at, and I only put a couple of the pictures in the notes here, but if you go and look, he posted them on Facebook. I don't know if he has them on the Discord or not, but the amount of detail.
I believe he does have them on Discord.
The amount of detail that's involved and the amount of, with the scriptures and the overlays and the battle damage, there's a close-up, one picture is a close-up of the top hatch, and you can see all the detail work. It's just amazing work, and I just, thought I'd call that out.
Again?
It's new work. It's new work, so it's. I think
it's fantastic.
Put it
I'm a huge fan of the battle damage. I'm just a big chicken to do it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's my main thing.
What's interesting is that I'm thinking about things I've noticed and like pop out at me. They're typically ones that are not my aesthetic or my look, right?
Right.
But something about them stands out because it's not something I'm normally looking at or thinking about.
Right. And well, for me, it was just the recognition of the amount of skill and effort it takes to do this. I mean, Neil Tweed did a really cool Corsair Void Dancer or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
It's kind of a Spirit Seer kind of thing. And I thought that one was really cool too, but this really, for me, kind of took the cake.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Chelle? We get a Chelle's Kiss.
Chelle's Kiss.
We haven't had one of these in a long time.
Yeah.
What did you pick?
It's a good question because now I don't remember.
I'll tell you what you picked.
It was a red cloak.
Yeah, you picked
Very good.
Gomard's Horus.
Oh,
Horus
the Horus,
Ascended.
Yeah, the horse ascended.
And the paint job on this guy is
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
Incredible. The fur looks like fur
That was the thing that you
How do
mentioned
you
to
do
me
that
popped
on
out
the-
too.
on a model like that. And
The
also
armor,
just-
though, is also really, really well done.
Yeah, the armor's amazing. The flow of the cloak and the shadowing it, I always find that. At one point, Caleb showed that to us, and it's like, oh, it's just easy. You do it like this.
Yeah, it's just easy, yeah.
It's just a couple.
Yeah, it's like,
There's a thing
yeah.
here and
Just a
thing
couple
here.
I
slashes.
played against him. I'll talk about that later, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was very.
He looks
that
awesome.
Really stood out.
That looks really good.
And I like when people do like the under the jaw
Underglow.
glow.
For a horse, yeah.
It looks really, really good. So
Well, I mean, it's in all the videos. You're kind of committed.
yeah, we are, I guess. Yeah. He did it very well.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
All right. And I chose Liz Apke, who did some amazing terrain. So anybody who's listened to the show for a while knows that tournament type terrain bugs the heck out of me. I get tired of looking at the same type of ruins and everything. And I really appreciate when people are taking like an extra step to try to mask a little bit of how those specific layouts work.
Right.
And Liz has done an amazing job with these.
To make it look a little different.
These like pillars and stuff. They remind me of, isn't it off of not Scotland, but off of Northern Ireland where they have those.
It's called the Devil's Pile or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what these remind me
Yeah.
of. The shape of them. And she's just done a fantastic job painting them, and the texture on the basing looks fantastic.
And a lot of the pillars are actually hexagons.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
They're really kind of cool.
It's absolutely amazing.
And I love the nubs on the footprints.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what you like? Is that what you like, Adan? I'll bet you do.
Yeah.
I'll bet you do.
Yeah. Okay. So moving right along.
Anyway, my point here is the other thing is I think it's time for Liz to be in the Hall of Fame. She has done amazing paint jobs on the various nights that she's displayed for us. She's a tremendous community.
Hall of Legends, huh?
But she's a tremendous community member.
And organizer.
In her
Catalyst.
location.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think, unless if somebody wants to second that,
Oh, yeah. I'll second that.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
think
it's your world. We're just living in it.
she doesn't know yet, but now she'll know.
She'll know now. Yeah.
So I'll collect photos and stuff, as well as I think maybe if she's got some photos of events she's participated or run in,
Yeah.
But I just want her to know how much we appreciate her.
Colorado
presence.
Springs area.
Yeah, I think so. So anyway, fantastic job, Liz. This stuff looks amazing.
Well done.
Couldn't be more happy to have you as a member of our community. So, okay, so let's leap into hobby progress. Chelle,
good.
you go first.
And scene.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. I saw some jewelry you did.
Yeah, she's doing jewelry.
I've been
stuff
working
now.
on my jewelry a
The
lot lately.
wire wrap jewelry
Yes.
stuff.
And actually, she's opening a shop. She's sold a couple pieces. already, and sold a piece to a community member.
Oh, wow.
For his wife. So, yeah.
There you go.
I know. She's off to the races.
Yeah.
So very cool.
So in the show notes will be the link to her Etsy shop.
It's not on Etsy. It's
okay.
It's
It's an
on her
actual
website.
Oh, wow.
We're putting it together right now.
All right.
So, all right. So
if only you knew somebody in tech.
So let me go because I've actually done some hobby progress.
Oh, wow.
So my buddy Jamie absolutely hates assembly. Like he doesn't mind the painting as much. He doesn't, he likes playing, but he hates assembly. He has 2 of these Eldritch Raider boxes.
Right. Oh, 2 of them.
2 of them. And I was like, I'll help you. Let's have a group thing and we all get together and we'll help you assemble.
Right.
And then finally I was just like, just give me one of the boxes. I'll assemble one of the boxes for you and then you can do the rest.
We couldn't make it to the assembly day for.
Well, we didn't know this was after that.
Oh, okay.
This was after that assembly day we had. And so I said, yeah, just give me a box. And so I spent a few nights assembling them. And I got to tell you, like, these models are amazing. The character models are fantastic.
They look really cool. That when I look at them, my first thought is, oh my God, that's got to be hard to put together.
It is not. They are not. But
The hardest part is.
Yeah, Chelle heard me. The hardest part is they come on several sprues.
and trying to find the pieces
are spread across the
Yeah.
I would have assembled this thing in literally half the time it took me to assemble.
Yes, it's a trend that I do not appreciate.
And I get it. Like, it's hard because they have to make everything.
You have to maximize it, yeah.
Yeah, maximized. But oh my God. Like, and the worst part is, so there were 4 sprues that were 2 identical. So like, right. And then there were, then there was one set that was spread across, I think 3 sprues. But the worst part would be like, you're like, okay, where's number 142? Where's 142? Okay, go through that sprue. No. Okay, go through that sprue. No. Okay, go through that sprue. No. Let me go back to the first sprue.
Yeah, because I didn't see it. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had the same problem this week. Yeah.
Oh man, it was that part was miserable.
I mean, like, as you were saying, when you go through, it's like, okay, well, I know that this is going to be the vehicle,
right?
So I know that that's going to be self-contained, right. And these are the what are the wing guys? What are they called?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just assembling for Jamie. I don't play these guys. But yeah, the wing guys weren't too bad.
Like, yeah, because they're their own separate thing
the
too.
The
character, yeah, that's been my experience too.
They're fantastic.
But no, in terms of the things being spread across the sprues.
I didn't have a problem with those. Those seemed to be on their own sprue. The characters.
The characters were on individuals. Oh, yeah. That's really nice. Because when I did the Huron's entourage, it was all part of a set. They weren't on individual.
Oh, yeah, no. So that was incredibly time consuming.
Yeah.
I would probably waste
fantastic
5 minutes looking for a piece at some points because some of the pieces are very small. And I always flash back to Jeff telling me, why do Eldar Guardians have to have so many pieces? I'm like, oh, that's cute, Jeff. That's cute because these guys have a lot of parts. They are quite configurable too. You have like different. There's different. That same kit builds 2 different types of units. So,
okay.
So
you can do a lot of.
You can do a lot. Yeah. It's they're beautiful though. They are stunning.
They are great looking models. Even sitting here unprimed, I mean, they look really nice.
Yeah. So. Okay, so I did that. I also assembled a box of Possessed, and then as I was digging through looking for my Chosen, because you had talked about how Chosen had changed last episode, and I was like, oh, I gotta go see if I gotta pull Meltaguns off these guys. I'm like, what are these assembled Possessed I have in here? I already had 5 assembled Possessed. This is the problem when you buy stuff. Like, you'll be like, oh, I could use some Possessed, not realizing
you have it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the problem when you have a significant backlog. So don't do as I do.
As the meme says, this calls for a spreadsheet.
Yeah. No, thanks. I cleaned up and prepped my airbrush area because I got my airbrushes back from Caleb and stuff. So I'm starting to get ready to do that because I have I have 3 war dogs I need to airbrush the panels on because I don't know that I want to do them the same as I did the other ones. I may do a little bit different color. The other ones are all red. And then I used the Army Painter pins. I have some metallic Army Painter pins, gold and silver, to complete the edging on my Chaos Knights and my 3 war dogs that have already been painted.
Right.
The panels.
And you liked it?
A lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Better than Sharpies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's actual paint that's coming out.
Right.
And it comes... Now, the interesting thing is there's a couple great things about the product. And I'm not just pushing it because it's Army Painter. Like, I was not particularly interested in the Army Painter pins.
Right.
And then, to be fair, these were given to me I think they were sent to me after Adepticon.
Right.
And I was like, oh, let me see how these work.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, these were quite nice. Once you get them flowing, which is easy to do, the tips are also reversible so that if you blunt the top of your tip at some point, you have another sharpened one that you can switch to. They're refillable.
Really?
Yep. You can
with the regular speed paint.
Yep. These are and that's an important point. They are speed paint. They are Army Painter speed paint.
Right. Well, that's why I asked you when I saw yours what color you had gone over with the gold.
Well, I'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
So not only that, when you are applying it, you have to do it with some skill. Like, you're not just going back and forth like with a pen. I'm drawing everything in one direction.
Why are you looking at me like that when you're saying I need skill?
Because you decided to sit here and we're not doing this online. I was not being
He's giving me that look.
I was not being mean to you, but now I will be. Okay. My point is you need to there is some, just like with a speed paint, there's a way you want to apply it so that you're not pooling everything in one area. Now it's fairly easy to do with these, but there is points where you can take advantage of, it's flowing like this, so I can get into this groove because it's flowing.
Because it's flowing, right?
Yeah. The pins are not so sharp that like I would paint eyes or no, definitely not. And I don't know that I would necessarily, I might try it, but I don't know that I would necessarily paint an entire model using these. Like this is not, not my forte.
It's interesting. I tried them out a little bit at War on the Shore because Kat was there. And that was my take on it too, that they are excellent tools, but that's just what they are. They're a tool that meets a certain need. It's not a coverall for
it's a tool in your toolkit.
Now, I mean, and the fact that you're using regular speed paint to refill the pins, which I didn't know before today, that's awesome because you use your speed paints and you're like, oh, you know what? I don't know if I can be precise enough with this. Oh, let me try the pen.
I would say you can be more precise with a brush.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. In particular, a brush is smaller, but you have to constantly go back and like refill the brush and then draw and refill the brush.
With the pen, you don't.
Now you're just going right over it. So it definitely sped up doing the edging on the knights.
Okay, that makes sense.
I did go over black. I did go over red. It went fine, especially on the smaller components like the War Dog's knees and those.
And did you
plates.
have to do multiple coats?
Well, yeah. The larger knight, he has a much flatter surface. Like that's where I don't think these work particularly great on like huge flat surfaces.
Right.
Like I wouldn't paint a rhino with one.
Right.
But over those areas, again, going the same direction on the whole thing. And then I took a look at it after it dried and I was like, okay, you can see streaks. Let me do another set and then a third set, and then it looks very smooth. Like you saw it.
Yeah, no, it looks great. Yeah. And the fact that it's a speed paint, that's why I was concerned about, you went over rather dark undercoat, but I think the metallics, the fact it's metallic,
go very well over the dark coats.
That makes sense. That's been my experience with contrast and things like that.
I find too the metallic speed paints don't get as much of a speed painty effect.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Even when I do like extreme highlights, like they don't really get. And then the silver one, I did like all the chains and it looks great. Every rivet like on them, just,
it makes it easier to do that. Yeah.
I will say there are some instances where I felt like I had more control over it than a paintbrush.
Right.
But a paintbrush can get you into nooks and crannies a lot better.
Right, but if you're doing rivets, having that little pen,
it was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice. It was nice. So I'm very happy with that progress. And I did see that they are coming out with because I went and looked because somebody said, "Oh, I can't find them anywhere; they're sold out." And then I saw they're about to release, I think later this week or next week, a box set of metallics, which is all these different metallics. And I'm like, oh, I may get that. Yeah, I may get that. It would be nice to have options,
right? Different shades and tones and things like that. Yeah.
Now I'm also going to oil wash the knights when I'm done, so that's also going to add to kind of the.
That's going to be interesting because the red you have on it's a very deep, dark red, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens with an oil wash and how much it darkens it.
It won't darken it much. Oil washing doesn't actually do like a tremendous amount of shade changing so much as it really enhances the grooves and everything.
Right.
I mean, it all depends on how you remove it a bit.
Right.
Yeah, I want to keep the spirit of it intact.
Yeah.
So my 3D printed cultists arrived, which are actually Mechanicum guys, like third-party Mechanicum guys that look really like cultists, to be honest with you. And so
you posted a picture of them.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna slap some skulls and stuff on them, maybe some chaos symbols. I have some brass etch chaos stuff that I'll put on them, and those guys will be fantastic for like my Vashtor led like demon engine army.
Right.
So. And then also I've been selling a bunch of books, like hardback Horus Heresy books and models that I'm never going to get to, like Space Marine models and stuff that I'm never going to use because not playing Space Marines and I'm not going to. And I'm trying to kind of free up shelf space. Like I realize I have like a huge Black Library collection.
It is formidable. Yes.
It's sizable. It goes multiple steps deep on one of those shelves. And there are books that I definitely am going to keep, like the Gaunt's Ghost stuff,
right.
The Dan Abnett stuff. I'm going to keep all my special edition Armin stuff. Like I love that stuff. But I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff. One guy bought almost all of my Space Marine battle books in one go, which is awesome.
Yeah. I saw you posted those, right?
Yeah. So, and then one guy bought a whole bunch of my hardbacks for the Horus Heresy set.
Oh.
So
we can talk Space Marines later.
Sure. I still have some left. I'll post up. I'm going to post up even more stuff. Most of it's paperback, but this stuff was like hardback and collector stuff. Some that you can't get. So, so that's been my couple weeks. Wow. What have you been up to?
I finished The Emperor's Finest by Sandy Mitchell. It's about...
I've read that.
Yeah, it's about... I'm blank. Caiaphas Cain. Mm-hmm. I always want to say Cyphus. Caiaphas Cain on a Space Hulk.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting, the descriptions of how the decks all angle and all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of neat. And he was... he was with the Reclaimer Space Marine Force, and so I did a little research on them. It was kind of fun.
I'm not a Caiaphas Cain fan. I've read several of them. Like, they're okay.
I like using it kind of as a palate cleanser in between, because they're kind of, and I've said this before, they're kind of formulaic, but it's fun listening to them.
Yeah,
and you can kind of just turn your brain off a little bit, but it's fun. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
I started Requiem Infernal. By Peter Fehervari. It was a
I think
book
it's
that I bought.
Fehervi.
Well played.
I think you're actually right.
And I bought it a while ago, and I hadn't started it. So I started it recently.
This is Sisters of Battle.
Sisters of Battle book, The Order of the Last Candle. But I'll tell you, it's a horror story.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, at least that's how the vibe that I'm getting from the first few chapters of it. I'm like, oh, this is a horror novel.
I'm about halfway through Hive, by the way.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That book is great. Somebody posted saying they had just finished it, and
we'll talk about it after I.
Yeah. But yeah, so I started that, and I got through one of the chapters. And I actually paused it while I was on the freeway, going, wow, this is way darker than I expected.
I'll be interested to see what you think of it by the end and see if I should read it, because I've read other sisters books and none of them have really landed with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've really struggled to find one that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm connected to this, even though I really like the army itself. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's a little bit different than the other sisters books. Cool. So I'll let you know. Yeah. So we had talked about The Chosen and how I thought The Chosen had changed. And then it turned out that what I thought I'd done was actually not wrong. So what they are able, there's two guys in the unit who can have combi weapons.
Right.
And when I was looking at my models, I looked at a picture. I'm like, oh, I did these wrong. But when I actually looked at the model, I thought it had a melt-a-gun, but no, it had the melt-a barrel. It is a combi
melta. Okay.
So I was like, I do have a combi weapon. Okay, fine. But I didn't realize that till after I bought the other box of Chosen.
Did you open it yet?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Because I opened it and I popped it, and I'm starting to, I need this. And I read the loadout, and I looked at the models I had already done, going, oh.
Yeah.
So as it turns out, I ended up modifying one of them that just had a bolter in his hand and made it a combi weapon.
Yeah, okay.
And the guy who had the combi weapon didn't have any kind of close combat weapon, so I glued a chainsword onto his belt line and stuff like that. So I have an almost complete box of Chosen.
Cool.
That I'm never gonna.
You can build them for alternative build out or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe the build outs change.
Yeah, or maybe I'll just put it up for sale and say, hey, it's missing these 3 parts.
There you go.
See if someone's interested. And then, holy cow, terrain. Mm-hmm. So Scott, guy who lives here in Oakland, he had said, hey, let's do a terrain day. And I've talked, Scott and I have played a couple games at the house.
Speaking of speed pins.
Yeah.
That's really good for edging on terrain.
I think you're right. And so he was like, hey, let's do a terrain day. I was like, okay, well, let's do that. So he comes over, and I and I'd posted a picture of this, but I had boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of different types and ages of terrains from different eras of the terrain making. So we went through a bunch of that stuff and the stuff that I had partially built and the stuff that I had built to try and figure out, where are we at? We had the terrain layouts on the table. We did one of the printouts of one of the layouts, put the footprints down and say, okay, well, let's figure this out. So we were able to kind of
trying to identify like what pieces you were missing or to do those layouts.
Right. Yeah. And so that we basically made 4 categories: ruined Imperial City, which is, you can kind of picture that. Orcs.
What does that look like?
Yeah. Orcs, Mechanicum stuff, and then the Fronteras set style stronghold stuff. So if you look at the 10th edition starter box had that like bunker looking building, and they had one that has like a radar dish and stuff like that.
That's all the stuff we used for the flex.
Yeah, so that's Fronteras. So we were referring to it as Stronghold, but the actual set's called Fronteras. So the Ruined City stuff and the Orc stuff was completely unassembled, and the Ruined City stuff, there was so much different styles. We said, we're just going to put those two. We're going to concentrate on Stronghold and Fronteras.
It was Battlezone Fronteras, the Nachmund. I think it was the Nachmund was the name of the set.
Okay.
I don't know that matters because they don't sell it anymore anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
you can 3D print very similar stuff to this now.
Yeah,
I've tried to buy some of it. And I'm like, oh, I'm not paying that price.
Yeah, the one set I was looking at online that had a lot of the pieces was called Fronteras, but
Battlezone Fronteras.
Yeah. But it's from the Nachman set because it was when the Nachman books came out.
Got it. Okay, gotcha.
Anyway, so we went through and said, okay, well, if we put this one here and we build this one like this, and he was talking about, well, if we cut this here and glue this there, and so it was a bunch of kit bashing, and I assembled some of the unassembled Mechanicum pieces that we had, and it was interesting because I'm much more controlled in the way I do things. I'm not great.
That's weird.
I'm not great at going, oh, let's just hack these two things up and put them together. Right. I was like, well, wait a minute, that's from a set.
Gotcha.
And
by the way, you're right, it is Fronteras.
Yeah, and then
I'm sorry, I corrected you.
No problem. And then Scott was like, oh, look, we just cut this, and he's like cutting stuff. I'm like, but I had to like let it go.
It's all ruins. What does it matter?
I guess. And so, but he came up. We came up with some good kit bashes and assembly and stuff, and then we took it all outside and primed it all, and then we tried to figure out, okay, is that going to work? Yes. Then we went out and kind of rattle can zenithal it with red.
Yeah, sure.
So it had kind of a 2-tone thing to it. So we ended up
now you just need paint pens.
Yeah, right.
Just edge.
So we have the Stronghold and Mechanicum sets, 2 complete tables worth of things that fit on the thing. It was 6 hours.
Yeah. I saw that you posted that.
It was a long time, and we thought, we'll stop for lunch at some point. No,
just went right through it.
We got so dedicated into it. The sodas that we opened at the beginning got warm.
Yeah.
The beers that we opened got warm.
Yeah.
The coffees we had in the afternoon got cold. I mean, we were just dedicated on what we were doing, and it came out great.
That's very cool, man.
Many thanks to Scott, and we have at least another full day of stuff we could do.
That's cool to do it with somebody too. It just makes it a lot more fun.
He came up with stuff. I was not going to see the kit bashes he saw.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and so it came out really well.
Some people just have an eye for that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not really one of those
people.
So, all right, let's go.
That was good. That was cool.
That it for you?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Cool. Let's jump into games played.
Okay.
I got to play a 1,500 point game versus Aaron. This is Aaron.
I don't get to go first?
Sure. Chelle, you want to go first?
I played 0 games.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. I'll go first.
But did you play Arkham Horror?
Not in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
Everything is set up under here.
Oh, is
ready
it?
to go. Jade and Sky came over. We played something.
Arkham.
Oh, we did play Arkham. We did play Arkham Horror. We introduced them to
2 weeks ago?
It was like a week ago.
Time flies.
It was 2 weeks because last
2
weekend.
weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Week and a half. All right, anyway. 1,500 point game versus Aaron in his Leagues of Votan, which he has done an amazing job getting painted up. Like, he's just consistently been working at these guys, and they look really good. And he needs to learn the Army.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he was really strong in the Army, but it was also his first game of 11th edition. And
and his first game with that Army.
No.
Oh, it wasn't.
No,
but the first game in 11th with that Army.
Yeah, and he has not played that Army a whole lot. Like he has said, I need to really spend some more time learning this Army. But we played for quite a while up at Skies because it was a starter game, and that's why I said let's do 1,500 points.
Yeah, for sure.
We set up a decent board. It felt more one-sided than it was. Like he was able to get some points early on, some secondaries early on, but then like I just came back and started crushing, and we ended the game voluntarily. Like I think I was close to tabling him at that point. But the score was only 47-39. So it wasn't like
a runaway.
No, it wasn't like a runaway game.
So it's funny, people talk about the Space Dwarves. I rewatched
I love that Army.
I rewatched Infinity Wars the other day, Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
And the Thor goes to a dwarf to do his
giant. Yeah.
It's a giant dwarf. Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I really love the Army. I think it plays very interesting. I think he needs to get practice with it so he remembers like, oh, this is what these things do. Because he'd go through a thing and he'd be like, oh man, I should have had Feel No Pain on the
cheat sheets. That's why I use cheat sheets. I'm telling you.
Again, first time playing 11th edition. I think he was focused more on the 11th edition stuff. And again, I wasn't too worried about the competition in that site. It was meaning like I wasn't out for blood to like win. It was like, let me show you how this is working.
Right. Yeah.
I do love in 11th edition that you keep the secondary objectives out and you're not just having a couple cards out.
Right.
Like it definitely makes it more achievable. And I think that's why you're seeing higher scoring games too.
Sure. Yeah.
So we had a great time though. We were up at Skies shop playing, and others were there playing. This was for Josh's birthday event.
I didn't realize you did that at the shop.
Yeah. It was first at the shop with a bunch of people, and then some people were going to Josh's house to play games, and I came home after that because it was getting late for me. So.
And it's quite a drive from here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't mind doing it though because it's a great place to play and good people, and it's a great community.
Yeah, there, support the shop is awesome.
And that's been my only 40K game so far. I am playing Adeptus Titanicus this Saturday. I had a massive Titan battle, so I'm putting my stuff together for that, and that's all Saturday up at Sky's shop again. So
cool.
What about you?
I played a 1,500 point game versus Bryce and his Tyranids, his beautifully gecko themed Tyranids.
Got his armies gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
It really is. Lots of little triangles, and and we played at. I don't know if I want to say the name of the shop or not because it
Game
pissed me
Castle,
off.
Redwood City.
Yeah. So
look, I'm not. Listen, it's a fair and honest review. Game Castle, Redwood City.
Charge us $30 for 4 hours to use the tables.
Yeah, I have an issue with this.
I was like, $30? He goes, well, you have to use 2 tables and put them together, so it's 15 per table. I was like, seriously? He was like, yeah, and then he had his little sidekick at the thing. So we're not even as high as some other places. We're the good guys.
Okay. So first off, it's free in Santa Clara.
Yeah, I said, you're not the good guy. I said, they don't charge in Santa Clara. He goes, oh, well, that's like the Prime store. So no, they don't charge.
Okay. Either way, okay. If I'm shopping in the store, I should. I just don't feel like I should be charged for the table. Or if I'm charged for the table, it should go against whatever I'm purchasing.
I agree with that.
So
that's what Black Diamond used to do.
Yeah, if I purchase a $50 item, go ahead and use the tables for 6 hours or whatever you need. I mean,
it was 4 hours.
Whatever.
And he was giving us the side eye as we got close.
That's why I'm saying 50. My point being, like.
And their terrain wasn't even that good.
Terrain better be good. Here's the other question I have. You going to go back to that store and play there?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I'm not even going to go shop there now.
Yeah. I mean, it was very off-putting.
Yeah.
They had a big Infinity event going on the other side of the wall.
They must have paid $1,000.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal was with that. I mean, maybe if it's an organized event, they don't charge like that. I don't know, but it was.
I'm gonna guess
it really
they charge
a
fee to play in it.
Yeah,
and that part of that fee goes to the I'm just guessing. I don't know that.
I don't know.
Sure,
all I know is that it was really off-putting to start your day that way.
It is.
And so
I understand.
And his attitude about it pissed me off.
I understand charging a fee. However, if I purchase something as a store, it should go against that fee. That's my only take.
And I don't have a problem with the fee in concept either, but $30 to play a 40K game
for 4 hours.
For 4 hours.
Were there other tables like full and people couldn't? Yeah.
When I go play at Geeky Teas and Games in Burbank, which is where we did a lot of our 500 World stuff.
Yeah.
Got another one of those games coming up Sunday. They charge $8 a person.
Okay.
Right? And that's fine. Right? Yeah. I mean, that they have overhead that they have to take care of, and you don't really mind. And like Black Diamond for years was only $5, and it went towards something that you buy. It's
just my take on it. I mean, everybody's welcome to do what they want with their business. I talked to Sky a little bit about this too, because he said people have told him, "Oh, you have to charge for a table." He's like, "I'm not charging for tables." Yeah. Now, if somebody's constantly just coming in, playing, bringing 3D printed models, never buying anything in the store,
right?
Then I take issue with it, and that's why I'm like, well, if you buy something, you should get a credit towards the table,
right?
Yeah,
cool, yeah. Anyway, so it was my first 11th ed game using my orcs because I'm playing at LVO and I wanted to start using orcs instead of the Aldaria I'd been playing up to this point. So I had my 1,000-point list plus some extra stuff to get to 1,500. Stampas are actually quite dangerous now if they can survive.
Okay.
I mean, they are 600 points, but they are. And I was doing. It went pretty well, and then I realized that I cheated, so I lost the game. So.
Oh, okay. Do you have extra Stampa on the table?
No. I forgot. I didn't know that they carried over from 10th to 11th, and I didn't check ahead of time. But you can't use Overwatch with Stampas.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Titanic,
right?
And I hadn't played with it in so long that it just fell out of my brain. And with the 11th edition stuff, I was looking more what had changed. Anyway,
this is why the game with Aaron took so long. Like we were checking every rule.
Yeah, I screwed that up. And I mean, on the other hand, I didn't use the plunging fire as much as I probably should have. So, but still, but it was a good game.
Still early days for 11.
Yeah, we had a good time. But I'm counting it as a loss because I cheated.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. And his army was awesome.
Did he have his Biotitan?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, not the Biotitan.
Yeah. I sold him that because I knew he'd paint it and do a better job than I did.
Several people stopped and looked at the table and looked at because he brought his own terrain. He brought his Tyranid themed terrain.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was awesome. And
brought your own terrain to a table you're in.
You don't get me. You're going to get me back there.
I'm just like, I'm. Look, okay.
Yeah.
People are going to have different opinions about this. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think you and I are aligned on this.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, but it was kind of cool. And there was a guy who came over and he goes, "Oh yeah, I don't know if I play much, but I really like the idea of painting these things." And I was like,
here you go into sales pitch.
I went totally inside. I was like, "Oh, well, you know what? This set here actually has like 3 models and some paints." And I started doing that, and Bryce is looking at me, and then the guy who runs the shop came over and started talking about starter sets, and I realized, you know what? This is not my store. I went back to the
also,
table.
You're selling stuff at a store that you're renting a table from.
I know.
I'm going to beat that thing to death. We're very fortunate in the fact that like we have multiple places we can choose to play from here.
Yeah.
We are not isolated to just that place. You guys chose that place because it was somewhat in the middle of you and Bryce, but there's other options.
Oh, for sure.
And you'll probably take those other options next time.
I mean, I would rather go over the other side of the same distance, but the other side of the bay and go to Game Castle Fremont.
Yeah, they don't charge for that table.
And so,
at least last time I went there.
Right. Or Santa Clara. Even. Anyway, so there was that. I got another.
So you're a cheater.
Yeah, I'm a cheater. 500 Worlds campaign game coming up. I'll talk about it obviously next time, but that's going to be Knights versus Orcs.
Is that fun? Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, we're having a good time because we all kind of get together and do the turn thing, and the Chaos guys are fun because they like destroying things, and so it's been nice. It's been a lot of fun, and it's interesting the progressions and the things that people what their choices are, and where they go. So it's been fun. I mean, there's only 6 of us, so there's 3 factions. There's only 2 people per faction.
That's actually manageable.
It's I mean, if we had 3 more people or 4 more people, maybe we could have done more games. But because everybody's pretty busy and working full time and things like that, it's worked out okay. Right. So and so I'm flying down for a game on Sunday.
All right. Well, let's do this. We're going to take a short break, then we're going to come back, and we're going to launch into what is going on with the Hobby Progress Challenge so far. So we'll be right back. That's right. You can already hear her laughing. Okay, so we are back, and we want to talk about the Hobby Progress Challenge as we're coming to the end of it. It ends this month?
Yep.
This is the final month, August. Yep. Yeah, okay. Then we will skip September, and we will come back October to start the next one. And we've got some ideas we'll talk about that we've gathered. I've got some interviews with some of the people who have participated that we'll be playing later in the episode as well. So I'll feed those in. And I've got at least one voicemail to play as well. So
cool. Take a look. And we're going to just kind of put those in as we go?
I will stuff them in between each category.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So, all right.
Them in.
So, first off, by the numbers. 287 people created a personal Hobby Progress Challenge thread and joined the challenge.
I'm going to say at least 2 more because I had 2 join this month.
So, okay.
There you go.
289.
289.
Which is pretty good.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So how's that compared to last year?
I have no clue.
It's almost double.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's at least 100 more than last year.
That's fantastic.
That's pretty cool.
At least 100 more.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome, yeah.
You'll hear in some of the interviews like what motivated some of the people to take part in it and how it helped. So 208 of those 289 people started pretty strong in September when we started it. But by July, that was down to about 100 people still logging monthly units. So a pretty significant drop off, with only 83 of the original September starters still active in July. Now, that doesn't mean they didn't like occasionally pop in and out, right?
You're talking about every month
after month. Yeah.
So staying power is a real challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, and I was reflecting on this when I was looking at my own hobby stuff.
Yeah.
I tend to go in like spurts, right? So
me too.
So I'll finish like 4 units at once,
and then you're done for a while.
And then I'm done for a while. And so, and in my brain, and I know people do it differently. I'm not judging.
I am.
But in my brain, I wouldn't try and claim credit for those across 4 months.
Oh, you absolutely can.
I know you can. I just
should.
It's not my thing. So for me, I don't think of that as being consistent.
You don't want to earn credit.
Yeah. Well, I can't win anyway. That's why I haven't been posting anything. I created a thread, I think, but I hadn't posted anything.
I did the same, and I want to talk about that at the end of the show.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to talk about that at the end of the show.
Okay.
But yes, we actually actively encourage people to do that. We had one guy knock out like almost everything in like 2 months, and then he's just like,
been posting it as he goes.
Just post it as you go. That's fine. Like absolutely. As
long as you pre-shot.
Yeah.
And
that was the thing, is I forgot to pre-shoot stuff.
Yeah. So you got to really go into it kind of planning.
Yeah, right.
Planning it out.
Right.
Okay. So, but really, like, staying power is the challenge. Like getting through the whole thing is the challenge. Not starting. Starting is easy.
Well, and this is the same with creating any new habit, right?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Diets, workout regimes, dog training. I mean, any kind of thing you want to do as a habit.
Sticking with it's the hard part.
That's the hard part. It's easy to start.
New Year's resolutions.
Right. I mean,
everybody can make a New Year's resolution.
Well, that's if you look at gym memberships, right?
Yeah.
That's a classic example.
Yeah. They spike up.
They
right
spike
after
in
New
January,
Year's.
and then by July, nobody's there.
Yeah, right. Right. So, okay. So, 59 people as of this month so far have a perfect record.
Meaning?
Every single month they have submitted something up till this month. So they have one more to go.
Wow.
And they have achieved all 6 bonus points.
Oh, and all 6 bonus points.
Yeah. Now, there are more bonus points than you can earn. Like we actually looked, as we were looking at the data, we saw like a couple people had like 19 points. The max you can get is 18.
Right.
So
the 12 months and 6 bonus.
Right.
Right.
But there are, I think, like 10 different bonus things
Correct.
you can choose
Right.
from. We tried to be
Right.
more flexible. So we have 59 people who, as of this moment, have a perfect record.
That's awesome.
And they're not going to fall off. I mean,
No, not at this point.
like, no, why? Oh, if you did.
Oh, can you imagine the fumble there?
Yeah. So
That would be
great
a
work.
Bob Buckner kind of thing.
Those are the people we have interviewed. We have interviewed some of those people.
Oh, great.
People who have accomplished.
I think you
The
should
most
have
of them.
interviewed somebody who did it the first month and never did it again.
I run the podcast, and you can talk to me about
I was
that.
going to raise my hand. I was like,
Speaking of raising hands, as a side note, Chelle took me out on a date last night.
ooh.
We went to, there's a movie theater.
Last night was our anniversary of the first day we ever met each other.
Yeah.
27 years.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so we went to see a movie at like a place where they bring the food
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
And we saw Back to the Future.
It was like a watch party though, right? Where they did stuff ahead of time.
They just did a small
There's a
trivia thing ahead of time.
piece, which Carl
Okay.
won.
Yeah, like the first question. Like the guy wasn't even done with the question.
First question, and Carl's hand shot
And
up.
my hand was up in there, and Chelle didn't even realize. And then, like the guy's like, "Oh, I think it's you." And then she looks over, she's like, "Oh, you have your hand up." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just." And so they came over, and the question was, "How much power did the flux capacitor require?"
1.21 gigawatts.
That's right, gigawatts. And that's what I said. He goes, "Well, it's gigawatts." And I go, "Actually,"
Did you push your glasses up?
I just put my finger up. I go, "Actually." The way he pronounces it,
he
is
says gigawatts. Yes, he does.
And so then, as the movie progressed, when it got to that,
Marty.
when it got to that point, every time he'd say gigawatts, I'd like nudge Chelle. I'd be like, "See."
Yeah.
So, but I won like a keychain thing and like a $50 gift card.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, nice.
Wow. Yeah, there was when we were in Arizona, there was a place called Alamo
Draft House. Yeah, they have one here too.
Oh, do they? Yeah, okay. So, and they would do watch parties.
Yeah.
Where it's like themed, and they'd give you little, like one of them, there's a flashlight thing, and
Yeah.
when that comes on, it's kind of like they're trying to copy the Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Effect.
Alamo
thing.
Draft House is pretty famous.
And
yeah.
And Kim and I went and did this whole cosplay thing at Christmas time for Die Hard.
Oh, that's a fun one to do.
Yeah, because it's a Christmas movie. So yeah.
Well, it was fun
fun.
because Back to the Future, there's a local man who owns a DeLorean.
Oh,
And so he brought it.
It was out front.
He coordinated with the theater, and
nice.
it was out front. We got to take pictures with it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they had the Broadway show or off-Broadway show in Manhattan, and they had a DeLorean parked out in
Right.
front of the theater. So,
Which honestly is a piece of junk car. But,
yeah, but still.
but it's still iconic.
Iconic.
All right. So speaking of iconic,
Yes.
so of everybody who's painted something,
Yes.
1,814 units were painted community-wide.
Wow. So far.
That is huge.
Yeah.
That is that's massive damage to the gray plastic out
That's
there.
the war on gray plastic
Yeah,
The war on gray plastic.
being won.
The pile of opportunity.
that's right. That's right. That's of 11 months reported so far. So
Wow.
we'll know more. As
So
get-
we could get to 2,000. The push for
potentially.
2,000. The push for 2,000.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Come on, everybody. We got to get
Get
there.
to work.
All right. So let me launch into one of the interviews right now. So Alex, now we are joined with Alex, and Alex, you are also one of the people who have the most completed models, months, if you will, as well as bonus points. And so what's kind of been your secret? What has kept you going through all those months where other people, including myself, have fallen off the wagon?
Honestly, I fell in love with the project that I started during the Hobby Progress Challenge, which was my Legion of the Damned Army.
Uh-huh.
I got a lot of good feedback on it and just fell in love with the process.
And so that kept you, like, was it the monthly regimented thing that kept you going, or did you outpace that? Like some people outpaced that and would, take a picture of hey, this is what I'm going to do in March, even though it's February, and then, do those for March, or were you pretty much month by month?
I was month by month. I'd finished my challenge, and then I find myself working on other stuff, but I still keep something ready to go to get started for each month.
Very cool. Very cool. Is there anything? Which bonus categories did you get? Do you know off the top of your head?
I know I got the aircraft, the infantry. The character one was easy because I kept making lots of characters.
We talk about that this episode a little bit as well.
The characters are a lot of fun because I love kit bashing.
Aircraft was actually one of the fewest completed, because I think not a lot of people are doing aircraft, right? Okay. And so do you have any kind of words of inspiration for people who have struggled to do month by month, like any secrets that maybe helped you get this momentum going, other than being in love with the project you were doing?
My best advice is you don't need to paint a lot of models each month, so don't bite off more than you can chew. I ran into that issue with the first month and struggled with that, but once I figured out I can just do a character and spend a lot of time having fun with the character.
Right.
It allowed me to make sure I had something done each month and then expand off of that into the squads and larger vehicles.
Very nice. Do you do most of your painting alone, or do you ever do painting with friends or anything along those lines, or are you pretty much isolated in your room and that's what you do when you're in your room?
I tend to put on a podcast or a TV and just work on my own stuff by myself.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Alex, thank you so much for reaching out. I apologize that we missed our first recording appointment, but
no problem.
But thank you for being patient while I raced home from work for this one. But we really appreciate it. And I don't know if you're going to participate. We're going to be doing it again starting again in October. So
I'm looking forward to it.
After we finish this one, we'll take a break for a month and give everybody time to plan what they want to do, and then we'll start again in October. So, hey, best of luck on the drawing, man.
Oh, thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. So let's now talk about bonus categories, because we talked just briefly how we had given a couple of people too many credits for bonus categories.
You had to back it off.
We had to back it off. There were 10 of them. I think 10.
That was 12. Is it 10?
I don't remember the number of them. I could probably list them all off for you.
Come on, Chelle, you're in charge. You're supposed to know this stuff.
I could list them off. I just can't tell you how many.
Okay, we'll list them off. We'll count them as you go.
I got them right.
Okay. He saved you there.
All right. We've got
just get it done.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Character, 6, 7, vehicle, 8, cavalry. 9, but some of them
There's
are
11.
like lumped.
There's 11.
11.
Okay. So we've got 11 of them. And here are the most claimed. How many people claimed?
Some of them are obvious that they'd be the highest. I mean, you would think character would be the highest.
I would.
Yeah.
And it is. There's 179.
And battle characters more than battle line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because character is one model.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get bonus, just do an extra
character.
model. Yeah.
Yeah. Battle line was 140.
They don't have to be great. They just have to be table ready.
It came in second.
That interesting.
Battle line came in second.
I find that interesting that battle line came in second.
Well, you need them.
That's true.
It's your basic unit, right?
Yeah,
It's what everybody needs.
Yeah.
And what
is there a category that got 0? I didn't even look at that.
Well, I didn't look at that. That's a great question.
Because if there is, it's out next year.
Yeah.
It's out, yeah. What does double up mean?
Double up was you would paint an additional unit that month. So any unit.
Okay.
You could
not two of the same.
You could get 2. No.
Yeah.
Well, it could be. I mean, you could do 2 battle line units if you wanted to.
Right, but I'm saying
double up was one of the few that didn't have to be pre-planned.
Right.
Like you finished your commitment, and then you're like, I'm going to throw another one in there. So it didn't have to be
I don't want to. Yeah, I'm in the zone. I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the way that's kind of how I do stuff.
Yeah. So that was third place was double up.
Yeah.
The least claimed. Actually, we do have this. Display board was dead last.
That makes sense.
11.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because a lot of people don't need that.
Don't need it. But 11 people did it. So I think we keep it. I don't think any had 0 then.
Okay.
If display board was dead last.
So let me
I think terrain's probably
so.
low.
If we have 100 people who are consistent, more or less, and 11 people did display boards, it's about 10% of the people are doing display boards.
Yeah.
Probably.
There you go.
Probably.
Yeah.
Flyer was probably low too. I don't remember logging a lot of
Flyers, yeah.
Flyers, yeah.
Well, Titanic
was 19
and Flyers was 25
so far.
Yeah.
And Flyers are not great in 11th edition.
This is what I was going to say when I saw this note. Flyers, people didn't really use them very much in 10th, and they're not going to use them much in 11th.
Really not going to use
and
them.
so I don't think it's an issue of people not owning them or not liking them. I think it's a matter of they don't use them.
But so still 25 people paint them.
But yeah. I mean, I like them.
And that's just 40K. I mean, I don't know if there's Flyers in Age of Sigmar.
There are units that have fly, but they don't call them Flyers.
Yeah.
They don't call them aircraft.
Yeah. So,
because the Caradron Overlords, they have
they have the big
blimps,
blimp things, right?
And
and then in the fantasy Warhammer Fantasy, you have the
Grand Cathay,
with the balloons.
Yeah,
those would be equivalent.
Yeah.
Okay. The leaderboard through July.
Okay.
Are these are the people at? Oh, this is as I'm realizing this can't be right. Oh no.
Yeah,
it can't be. They can't have 18 in July.
Not yet. They can only have 17 in July.
17 was the top number.
Yeah.
Which is, and the ones that had 18 in the leaderboard were
they've been pushed down. So we have a total of 1, 2.
There's a ton of people at 17.
Yeah.
We have 16 people all tied currently at 17.
Right. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
17 really people. Cool. That's a lot.
That's quite a few.
I mean, okay. When you say you have by July we're down to 100 people still logging monthly units.
Yeah.
And
so still active.
No.
And 59
not 100 people logging, the original 100 people logging.
Right. So some new people may have joined.
Right. But you have 59 people with a perfect record and 16 of those
17 points.
17 of those have 17 points.
Okay, so the perfect record, I should take that back, is not necessarily all bonus points as well.
It's just
monthlies.
It's just 12.
That's just the 11. They have 11 points.
And then we have, and I'll be honest, like those people have probably not claimed bonus points they could have.
That's probably true.
Probably
true.
Could have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway.
Can I just say I love your fingernails? Sorry.
They're very flashy.
One thing that surprised
Shells are nice
me,
too, but
one of the tops was not the clear the mechanism one, which is just like clean your desktop.
Yeah, but John doesn't want to hear about it, so it's fine.
No, John doesn't want to hear about you organizing all your storage stuff and moving it around. Okay.
Yeah, I would have.
Which really helped because I was able to find a lost truck today by the fact that I had organized it and labeled it all.
Oh, good. John will be thrilled.
Yes.
Okay, so mean entries per person.
Yeah, I thought you were being mean to people. What do you mean?
9.5. Mean and median.
I know what you mean, but what do you mean?
All right. Well, look, typical successes, about 9.5 successes on average.
Yeah.
Right? So not too bad. Not too bad. People did a really great job this go around.
Well, right. And the fact that the median is 10 means, again, there's that consistency across. If the mean and the median are that close.
Yeah. There's exactly.
Consistency. Yeah.
All right, so now I'm joined by Connor and Finnegan. How you guys doing?
Good, doing good. How are you?
Well, doing pretty good. It's been a busy day already, and it's early morning. So I wanted to talk to you two about the projects that you have been working on during the Hobby Progress Challenge. And, as some of the more successful individuals participating in it, kind of want to get to the bottom of what helped drive you guys to get so many of the months completed and the bonus objectives.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
Go ahead, Finnegan.
I like having routines. I think the once a month thing is very good. And it's if I miss 1 month, I'm less likely to get prizes too. So it's,
it's true.
If I get something done, then it's good in the long run. It's good in the short run. I have something painted I'm probably going to use. It doesn't have to be big. Like, if I know I'm going to be busy, I'll paint a small thing. And I'll probably use it.
Very cool. What about you, Connor?
I'd say one of the things that really helped me the most was just the fact that Finning and I are doing it together. Mm-hmm. And so, sometimes I'm way ahead of the game and I'm like, cool, don't forget to put it in, etc. Sometimes life is busy and, the 5th rolls around and Finn's like, hey, you haven't started something for this month. And so, having that extra, obviously the challenge itself sort of creates some accountability and some framework to work with, but just having somebody that's there on a consistent basis to remind me, that's showing me what he's working on, and someone for me to be like, hey, here's where I'm at progress wise, that just helps to incorporate it that much more into the regular sort of ongoing. Plus we play together a lot. Yeah. And so then as we're both working, there's pressure for us to both, it got us to our first games of fully painted armies on the table.
That's impressive.
We did the terrain. And so like that really sort of, then once you get a full army painted for a game on painted terrain and everything, you're like, holy, this looks great.
Yeah.
It drives its own momentum at that point.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Like when I was first in 40K, like we weren't playing with fully painted models, and some of us weren't painting them at all. And our group has clearly evolved over the last 15 to 20 years to now we just play fully painted stuff. And I think it's such a big part of the hobby, the tactile piece of it, and the visual piece of it to me, which is one of the things I struggle with when it comes to like games like War Machine or honestly even Age of Sigmar to a degree, or Old World, where there's just not the like terrain on the board and the elevation and that kind of thing. Like that all really feeds into the visual aspect for me. So Finnegan, what did you paint primarily during this period, or were you all over the board?
So I have painted almost exclusively salamanders. I painted a Doomstalker once, but I play salamanders and I play guard. I did salamanders first. I wanted to get all of them painted before I moved on, and I've kept acquiring more of them, so I haven't painted any guard yet. You've
fallen into the typical trap.
Yeah. Maybe when I get Armageddon done, I can finally move on.
There you go. Okay, well, Connor, what about you?
I am way more ADD than Finnegan is. So when we did the first round of the Hobby Progress last year that we joined, I finished painting all the Leviathan stuff. That was actually the starting point for me. Was I bought Leviathan for him, and I took the Tyranids and started playing that. And so there was a lot of unpainted stuff for a long time, but that was my focus when I first did the Hobby Progress. Was okay, I'm going to finish these. Once that was done, I've done Orcs, I've done Drukhari, I've done a lot of stuff. And a lot of the starting points for me has been grabbing a combat patrol and painting that. Yeah. And so, having then, I like the variety of being able to play different armies at different times. And so I've been way, way less focused. Tyranids are still sort of a throughput that force continues to grow and get bigger and more painted. But yeah, I have a much wider variety of the things I've worked on.
Yeah, that combat patrol onboarding piece, I think, was something that was sorely lacking for many, many years. And I think now that they've kind of said, like, this is how you get started. You get a combat patrol, build from there. You can play right away. It used to be you would buy these boxes that were starter boxes, but you couldn't play with them right away. It's like, well, you need this. Oh, and you got to buy it HQ, and you're going to want this and that and the other thing. Now it's very clear. Like, you can start playing right away with this, decide if this style is for you, and then, if it is, you grow that or you move on, right? I think it's made a much better experience, and one that was lacking for a long time. Very cool, very cool. So you guys will like some of the changes that we're making coming up, as you'll hear in the episode afterwards. I won't spoil them here, but you're gonna like some of the changes we're making to the next Hobby Progress Challenge, which is going to start in October. It'll feed right into probably two of your things, so bonus points coming your guys' way. But any pieces of advice you'd want to give to anybody trying to complete the challenge that struggled?
I mentioned it earlier, but know your schedule.
if you know you have a ton of stuff in like over the summer, maybe you've got a ton of work in July.
Yeah.
Just like set aside a little character to paint for that, or maybe a 3-man unit or something. Because it doesn't matter how much you get done in a month, as long as you have a unit.
Right.
Just know your schedule, plan ahead.
The thing that I would say is do what you can to lower the barrier to, getting started on a session. And so, and maybe this helps that I have a forgiving wife, or that we all do a lot of sort of crafting stuff, but we have a painting, like our sort of main area is in the living room that we've got set up where we can come and do it. Part of that was setting it up just so that we'd spend more time together. Finnegan and I would hang out and paint while we'd watch TV, et cetera. But I've got a small table in my in my bedroom. I have stuff down here in my office that I'll sometimes use. And so sometimes you just hey,
out all over.
I'm all over, which, again, I have a forgiving wife, so maybe that helps. It's all fairly self-contained, so there's not sprawl. But then I travel a ton for work. And so I also have like a kit that I put together that I can throw, I'll just take 5 or 6 paints and, one model or a small unit of something simple that I'm not going to, go full ham on trying to make, super detailed. And, whatever I can get done. I've painted in hotel rooms in probably a couple dozen cities on at least 3 continents over the years as I've traveling, because sometimes, at the end of the day, traveling, it's just a nice way to sort of like cleanse the day. And so just make it easy for yourself to do so that it's not, okay, I want to paint. Okay, now I have to do my whole rigmarole and set up and I'm going to spend 2 hours. Sometimes you got 20 minutes and that means like you build a Hormigont and that's still progress.
Yeah. No, I that's actually a really good point. And I think a lot of us are very lucky in the sense that we have like a dedicated painting area or hobby area. If you don't, I think a really good piece of advice would be like, get a tool chest or some method of like, I have my tray that I paint on. I have, all these things. And so I can just like quickly like pull them out and get started, That's a great piece of advice.
I also batch. I mean, and I know people talk about that too, is, I have probably right now 4 or 5 units waiting to be airbrushed. And like, I get them to that stage and then I'm going to, have one night where I'm like, okay, now I've got an hour and a half. I'm going to actually get the airbrush, get all of that sort of like, zenithal or whatever I'm doing on those particular units. So, but that's, I do sort of move things in chunks of it.
That makes sense. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I really do appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you close this one out, and good luck on the draw.
Yeah, well, I mean, thanks for putting this together, right? And of course, hat tip to Chelle, who's done huge work over the last couple of years. But yeah, I mean, these are great. And it's been motivation for us to get way more painted on the table than fantastic. I think we would have today.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. We'll talk again soon.
All right, great. Thanks, Carl.
Thanks for having us on.
Okay. So with that in mind, let's talk about how the hosts...
No, let's not talk about this.
Okay, but hold on.
Okay.
I want to point out something that I thought was super impressive.
Okay.
And I've gotten a couple of them in the last June and July.
Okay.
People who started in the beginning or towards the beginning and then didn't complete anything for month after month after month after month.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten 3 in the last month that they did something back in September or December.
Started it in September.
And they have just now finished it and logged it. And
that's perfect.
Like,
I think that's fantastic.
So cool that they failed, but
in terms of getting the point.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm waving my hands around, quote unquote. Yeah. They made the commitment. They wanted to do it. Life
gets in the way.
Right. Work, family commitment.
Yeah.
Who knows? Medical, 101 reasons.
I could give you 100 more excuses.
But the persistency was there, and they came back.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's a huge win for a lot of people.
Well, it's like Andrew, really though. Andrew's night that I talked about earlier. He's been working on that thing for months.
Yeah,
right. So he would not have been able to score points in a month.
Right.
But the fact, he stayed with it and he wanted to finish that project, and so 6 months later he gets a point for it.
So I almost think that should be one of our new bonuses.
Which is
what's that?
Just the persistence. The
let's figure out how we'd make that work. Okay,
that's an idea that just popped.
And before we go on to this next topic, I also just want to commend you, Chelle, because
this
Like I warned you up front, I was like, I'm telling you, people are going to ask you lots of questions. You want to be very defined about it so people don't ask a bunch of questions. And sometimes you'd be like, why are they asking me this? I'm like, I know, I warned you. But you have been so good at keeping on top of this and keeping people up to date and explaining what's going on. And I really appreciate how much you've taken, because it honestly would not have happened without you.
Yeah, I mean, the work involved is
I wouldn't have done
immense.
I would not have done it.
Someone posted the other day, thank you. It must have been so much work. And I was thinking about it, and I think I replied to them, well, it was, but it wasn't, because it was a minute or two a day.
Yeah.
10 minutes
if you
max.
keep on top of it.
If you keep on top of it, yeah.
But when you add all those minutes up, if I literally spent 1 minute every single day this entire year.
Yeah.
Right.
Which it was more than that. It does add up to be a lot of work.
Multiple hours,
it doesn't feel like it.
Right.
Well, the first couple of years that we did a hobby progress challenge of sorts, Loopy and I were doing some of the managing of it. It's
the first time we did it, it was me and I think Jeff. And then I think after the second time we were like, oh, I don't do this. And then Loopy took it over for a while, and then you helped Loopy out.
And it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And so thank you.
Yes.
I know you don't handle thank yous very well, but it would not have happened without you.
And the way it's being done now is way more complicated than what we did back in the day.
Yeah.
Way more complicated.
Yeah,
and so it's
because
but it's
the
more well defined at the same time as it being more complicated.
It was more rigid previously.
Yeah.
The more flexible you make it makes it more complicated.
Yes.
But I think we found a good ground for that.
It feels like it. I mean, the
bonus point structure
the refined
works really well.
the way it's been refined this year over last year. I feel like it is a noticeable improvement.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of that was Chelle's idea too.
Yeah.
By the way. So very cool.
Well, there's no way you thought of it.
No, I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. So let's talk about how we did.
No.
Josh isn't here. He's dodging it, but I'll tell you how
you
Josh
guys.
Josh has painted a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Has he logged anything? No.
Not even once.
Well, and again, part of it is, and I can only speak for myself.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
What have you painted it on?
Well,
completely.
And that's the thing, is that I've been kind of a squirrel in terms of, because of the different game systems and the different things I've been doing. I will build stuff. Yeah. I'll prime stuff. I'll get different things in different stages, but I don't actually get stuff that's like complete. Like I said, I had written down on my list of projects.
It's complete, just not complete.
Right. And I was like, oh, yeah, those conquest models. I went and looked at them today. I'm like, oh no, I didn't finish the basing. They're actually not complete.
Right.
But they're painted.
There is a category called Just Get It Done.
Yeah.
No, I know.
We close something up.
But like my Red Corsairs, right, but I jump from then now back to the Orcs because I want to play those in LVO, and so I keep jumping around, and I don't get stuff like done.
I think I started off with the best of intentions of doing my sisters, but then
you got caught by chaos
again, and the Chaos Knights just really spoke to me. I think especially after we did like coverage of them and stuff, I was like, oh man, this would be really cool. And so I pivoted to that, but also I wasn't logging my stuff like I should have been.
Right.
And here's the problem with that. I'll throw this out there. We're supposed to be the examples. We're supposed to be setting example.
Yeah. So for me, again, only speaking for myself, what motivates me to finish stuff is most of the time is events.
Yeah.
Right. And so like, Grand Narrative is coming. I got to make sure all these guys are based and ready to go. Oh, War on the Shore, I want to add this unit. I got to make sure this unit is ready to go. And so that's the kind of thing that forces me to quote unquote finish stuff. Otherwise, I just jump around to different projects that interest me in the moment.
It's understandable,
right? But I don't end up with stuff that's quote unquote loggable, right? So what would have helped me more, I think, is because I started my thread, and then I think I posted one thing and then didn't post anything because I was like, oh well, we can't really.
I think I did the same thing.
We can't really win anything.
But so that's not about winning.
Right. And so,
I should have done it too. I'm not just making fun of you. I'm making fun of myself.
I was like, you know what? Well, it doesn't really matter because I can't really be in the mix. I'm not even going to worry about this. But I wish I had, because I think that if I had that pushing me, I think I would have got a lot more done.
Yeah. I think I would,
because the gamification of it,
I did,
and making the points. And see, so what I'm considering is the next time we do a staff challenge.
Oh, that's interesting.
I was going to add that.
Okay.
We should do a staff
Challenge within you guys.
We can't win anything from the Hobby Progress Challenge, but we get bragging rights.
But maybe you could lose something.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Like we could have an independent character's dunk take.
Oh, I would jump in the dunk tank just because I like
I'll go get in the pool. It's hot out here.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
But
no, we could do that. Have like a central that we all put money
at
in for a central.
Adepticon, you guys have to wear a certain shirt or a certain hat because you didn't win.
Oh, that's okay. So
we're going to work on that.
Let's figure that. If you have ideas about this,
because yeah.
How can we shame the independent character staff?
It can be a carrot or a stick.
Yes, I like Adan's idea.
Or a carrot-shaped stick.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good. I like this idea of a challenge amongst the staff
because I really was sitting thinking about it as I was writing down the things I'd completed and things I'd worked on because I worked on a ton of stuff, but none of it was quote unquote finished.
I kind of fell off the wagon.
You had the motivation through this challenge. You would have pushed just a little bit more.
I will agree with that.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I think
you guys are competitive.
As much as I hate to say it, like I think the shaming thing might get me even more motivated than the winning thing.
And then we'll have all these arguments about what does done mean.
I don't know if I mentioned this on.
I get to judge that. That's me.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, trust me. The standard for me will be higher than all of you.
I was gonna say.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but maybe I mentioned this on the show. I told somebody recently, but there was a time where we were taking one of those corporate tests on like personality.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this recently? And one of the factors was, it was like my whole department was taking it. And one of the factors was like how competitive you are. And they had us line up in order of least competitive to most competitive. And there was a person to my right who was more competitive than me. And the guy says, okay, so look around. This is like how competitive people are. And I go, what does it say that I'm upset that I'm not to the right of him? So there are certain things I get competitive about. You're right, though. A challenge like this might.
Well, I mean, it's like our end of year predictions. You predicted that Cavill's project would start filming, but he would not be the lead character. But he posted. That's
true, and he said he's going to be.
He said he's going to be the least. So you don't get
no.
Well, you might get half credit if they actually start filming.
There's no half.
But that
credits.
means that I get half credit for using Exodites as a alligator kill team.
There is no half credits here, though. You're either right or you're not.
No, well, I'm right.
And by the way, they're
writing alligators.
And by the way,
dinosaurs are the same thing.
They just delayed the release of Dawn of War 4 till December 3rd. So I'm going to lose out on another thing. So anyway, I like this idea of like a staff challenge as well. Yeah. So if you have ideas, if you're listening to this and you have ideas on what could be rewarding or deprecating.
Yeah. Carrot or the stick. Yeah.
Deprecating. That's the wrong word.
No, deprecating's right.
No,
that's removing something. Anyway,
positive or negative?
Positive or negative? Let us know. We'll let Chelle know. Chelle know, and she'll take it. She can be the ultimate decider.
Carl, is there a way that people could call us and leave a message with that information?
Crazy, there is. They can just go to theindependentcharacters.com, and on the right hand side, there's a link you can click, and you can leave us a voicemail.
Oh, and that can be what? 2 minutes?
2 minutes long.
Yeah. I mean, that should be enough to come up with a carrot or a stick.
That was very professional.
Thank you very much. I've been doing this for a little while.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I like this. So, I mean, like, I do feel like we should be more active in this. And I feel like I kind of flubbed it here and was just like, whatever. Because I did fall off like the painting wagon over this period of time.
Right.
I started some things, I got things half done, and then I just kind of fell off and I started doing my
and looked at
simulator racing.
I looked at the hobby progress stuff that we did on the different shows. I actually went back a year and looked at every show notes to see what my hobby progress was. And a lot of it was all messed up because I was either working full time at the shop, which meant I was commuting over an hour each way, or I was moving.
Yeah, and you had to organize all that stuff when you moved every time.
Dude, I have more inventory than a line GW store.
Yeah, not more than Sky.
No, no.
More than Sky.
But I have more inventory than your basic line GW.
Yeah,
store.
I don't doubt that.
So having worked,
this is why I've been actually selling off some of my stuff because I'm realizing like I'm never going to get to this.
I'm never going to get to this. Yeah.
It was when we did the the whole episode on collecting and the psychology of it.
Right.
Like I kind of went back and thought a lot about that, and I was like, I have these project ideas I'm never going to get to.
Right.
Let's just let them go.
Right.
Let's let them go. And if it sounds good again in the future, maybe go down that route. But yeah, right now, no, I'm focused on chaos.
Right.
Love playing chaos.
Right.
Why would I focus elsewhere? So, and then eventually I'll get to my sisters,
Yeah.
But right now I'm just really enjoying the Chaos Codex. It's just super fun. So yeah, I think, it's funny. I have on here, measure ourselves against the 9.5 average. Maybe Josh did.
Oh,
because Josh has done
did.
quite a bit of painting.
Yeah.
But likewise, Josh has not logged it.
He didn't log it this year.
So yeah,
Right.
We need to be better.
But again, I think there wasn't a feeling of an incentive to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Now we will have one.
There will be one.
Okay. All right. We need to come up with this. Okay. So listen, let's go to another interview real quick.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm Return of the Gat on Discord. I'm from Shropshire in England. So I saw Carl's request for interviewees and thought it'd be a good opportunity to send a voice note regarding the Hobby Progress Challenge. I myself have been painting for a few years, but this is my first time taking a part in the challenge. One thing I've sort of always struggled with is getting started on any painting projects. I have a tendency to sort of get bogged down with the prep. I get worried about, finding the right space, the right tools, and sometimes whether I've practiced enough before I actually start painting a model I particularly like. For example, my partner bought me some Artist Opus brushes, and I was, I didn't feel like I was prepared enough skill-wise to use them. So the Hobby Progress Challenge sort of helped me break that mindset. It's given me, regular goals, a bit of accountability to make sure I get those finished in time. It's nice to have the decision sort of taken out of my hands to, force me to make progress. I'm sort of planning more effectively, and I'm getting around to painting those centerpiece models that they've been sat untouched because I didn't feel like I was sort of ready for them. On top of that, I've also moved house, and I've lost the dedicated hobby space that I used to have. So the space here is sort of a work in progress, but without the challenge, I don't think I would have sort of maintained my pace, and probably would have ended up taking a hiatus. So that being said, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone at the independent characters, and especially Chelle for being so diligent with keeping track of everyone doing the challenge.
All right, and we're back. So let's talk. We kind of dipped into it. Let's talk a little bit about lessons learned. I mean, I think the retention curve dropping from 208 consistent to 100 consistent, like we see a significant drop off at the beginning.
But I don't think that's that unusual.
No, I don't think so either.
It's very New Year's resolution, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets excited about it. And then
is there
when we were doing entry level hiring,
yeah,
we did a written test, and about half the people who signed up to come take the written test would show up.
Oh, yeah.
And about half the people who took the written test would pass. And it was almost consistently a half.
So it cuts down.
Right.
Like
And then half the people who passed the written test, little more than half, would actually pass the physical.
Okay.
And so that, to me, that kind of in my head, that 50% drop off doesn't feel unusual at all.
It doesn't feel unusual, but I'm wondering if there's something we couldn't do to like help encourage sticking around. Like I don't know, maybe we do like small prizes monthly.
Well, in addition to that, we've already talked about talking to people more on the show, adding them into the show more.
That's a good point.
Right.
One of the things I thought about doing was every episode we have a segment where we've talked to somebody doing the Hobby Progress Challenge.
Yeah.
Just briefly. You know?
That's interesting.
A 5-minute discussion with them. Hey, how's it going? And what do you
Which isn't necessarily a motivator to be on the show or be part of it, but it just gets people actively involved.
That cat is...
We have a very talkative
cat.
That's McKenna.
I think another thought might be if there's a way. So I put in my starting picture in January, and it's like, Andrew, I don't get it done in January, but I put another starting picture in February, and I'm still working on the January thing at the same time. And I put a starting picture in March. If I finish that January one in March, and I finished that February one in April or May, I should still get the January and February credits. because there are things I worked on and actually completed, or maybe you get an extra credit if you finish it within a month.
We'll have to
or
think
something.
about
I mean,
that.
I think the incentive, because I think if I start something, right, and I get to the end of the month and I go, oh, I'm not going to finish this. Well, screw it. I'm not going to work on it anymore.
But
right? You know what I mean?
But if you're half done painting it and then you finish it in February, you still get the credit.
For January?
You'll get the credit for February.
Right. What I'm saying is that if there's a way, because I might start something in February.
Yeah, but we don't.
I don't think that's
I don't think that's going to help either.
I don't think that's a common thread.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that. I mean, I'd have to go
She
look
would
at
know.
stats, but I'm not seeing people
I'm just going through what
post something else in February if they didn't finish their January.
Yeah.
Typically, if they didn't finish their January, the January gets posted as going to finish in February.
Yeah, but if I
Very
knew I could get
few.
points for both, I would do both.
Yeah. But then
I don't know.
I think there has to be some structure to it to force you forward. Otherwise,
Well,
I
you maybe get partial
to,
points or
I get to
something.
December of the 12-month range,
And I finish them all.
I'm not doing partial points.
dude. Again, some of this is also managing it.
No,
right?
I know.
And so I think
I just know in my own head that's
you think that's going to get you to move the next needle, not having to wear.
no.
a
I'm just
tutu
saying if
to
I was in a
Replicon?
challenge like this, and I didn't get it done in the month,
yeah.
and I wanted to start a new month, but I knew I couldn't get points for both.
Well, I
that
think
would
that's
stop me
part
from
of
finishing it.
but that's part of the challenge. Well,
And
that's part of the
where you
challenge.
do the just get it done because
you
now
only get
you've
that
got
once.
two half.
Yes, you only get it once.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I think that's part of the challenge.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Right?
a challenge, right? That's
Yeah,
the whole point.
yeah.
It's called a challenge.
It's not called the Hobby Progress Easy.
Okay. I want my participation trophy. Damn it.
It's not called the Hobby Progress Participation Trophy.
That's why I want my.
You and I are of an age that we didn't get those. We should, yeah.
I want my birthday party gift bag.
Okay.
It's not my party, but I get a gift anyway.
That's not how that happens. What about Chelle? Were there like friction points or rules that people were confused by? We tried to be like,
I don't think so. Not this year.
we had a few
There was
questions.
a few questions, but there were no.
And a lot of
Just totally
times
don't
I would
make
arguments
sense
or
to
whatever?
me.
A lot of
No.
times I would see the community point people back to the rules and be like, well, if you read here,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually.
we're all
Yeah. I
gamers.
mean, it's, yeah.
I think the one maybe was date related, getting your commitment in
On time.
on time.
and you were pretty flexible
And I'm
about
pretty
that.
flexible about that, especially if there's communication.
Yeah. So, I mean, speaking to your, I didn't get
Yeah.
it done. Like you even get a couple days into
Yeah.
the next month to get it done. Like
Pretty much, if
yeah.
you get it turned in before I'm paying attention or getting the month done, if I don't get to logging or finishing up logging till the 5th,
Yeah.
you're
But
going to get credit.
this reminds-
Right.
this
If it's
reminds me of
there
the-
in my face when I'm
It
doing
When I
tended to
was-
be like the 3rd to the 5th. Like you had some time in there.
When I was in school or at work, it's like, well, if I get there before the teacher, I can't be late.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
If I get to the briefing room before the
Literally the
boss does,
teacher.
I don't. I'm not late.
People did have questions about like, well, does this count as a Titanic or this count as a monstrous creature?
There's a lot of that.
And I think
But I think
that comes with the flexibility.
especially since we're not forcing everyone to do 40K. right.
That makes it kind of more difficult. Yeah.
That's where the question was, is
'Cause you could
does
use
this
keywords
count
otherwise.
as- right.
Too much.
I think giving extra points for doing a character might be a bit giving away too much. But I mean, because like 179 people did it.
But you also, yeah.
But so what?
So what? So they got the extra
it
point.
doesn't
They feel
take
good about it.
anything
But
away from
then it's hobby
anybody.
progress easy.
That's hobby
For one month.
for one model.
For
one
one
point.
model, one
Yeah.
for
How
one
many
point.
characters did you paint and get logged
one
in there?
month.
Well, and get logged. Okay, you put the it get logged. That's I didn't.
You get
I
one
stopped.
free-
And
Freebie
clearly
of
a
the
bunch
year.
of people did not.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I think they ramp up and there's varying ones of
No, I
varying
think the
difficulty.
fact that it's only 1 point.
There's
yeah.
varying ones of varying difficulty that give you options to choose from. And
Yeah.
some may be easier than others for people,
What if
I
you
was
were-
surprised cleaning the desk wasn't more done,
So what about something that's really challenging, like a display board? What if that was 2 points?
I don't think I think that challenging for a display board is subjective
Right.
too.
Okay.
I've done display boards that are quite
Super
simple.
easy. Well,
and then I've done some that are very complex.
So now you're asking
I watched Dave Gormley do one in our hotel room at LVO same day
out of garbage,
out of stuff. I was like, what the heck did he how did he make that?
Yeah.
It looked great.
So I think the single point is fine.
Okay.
I mean, if we came up with something like super challenging that you could get 2 points on, or something, we'd think about it. But I think,
but you still only get 18 points. Like you're maxed out no matter what.
No matter what. Yeah.
So I don't know that getting 2 points for one thing really,
especially when some are very easy.
I'm just ripping on stuff.
Yeah. No. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think a lot of times we were very flexible on like, oh, does this dreadnought count as a monstrous creature? Sure. Like, sure. I mean, that's fine. Like, oh, I don't have any monstrous creatures because I'm a Space Marine player. Yeah, cool. Dreadnought will work.
Right.
I mean, bottom line, we're not looking to impede anybody.
Right.
And honestly, no one's gaining anything on someone by getting.
Right. The way I see it, it's like the shift from 7th edition to 8th edition. In 7th edition, there was a lot of like, can I do this? You can, but you have to do this, right?
Okay. And 8th edition is
you can and you can do this other thing too. So I think the community seemed to think it. In my take, like if anybody disagrees, you can leave us a voicemail and let us know.
Yeah,
but I think people took to it pretty well.
I don't know that I had anyone push back on anything I shared.
Which I got to tell you,
you didn't get any death threats or anything.
I didn't get even one.
That's the fastest way to get banned. I got to tell you.
But I don't think I had any pushback. Like, I rarely say no.
I think they saw you as the decider. But and a lot of times you would come to me and go, what about this? And I go, you decide.
It's on you, yeah.
There were a couple of times where I said, that really doesn't work in this situation.
Right.
And it was the end of it. There was no...
Oh, great.
Put the boot down.
Great, I like it.
Commissar Chelle.
Ooh, does that mean she gets to wear the black coat and the high boots?
Listen. That's the After Hours podcast. Okay. Let me do another interview here real quick. Then I want to talk about some changes we got coming.
Hello, Carl, Josh, Adan, and Chelle, and everyone else with independent characters. I just want to thank you all for putting together the Hobby Progress Challenge this year. It ended up meaning a lot more to me than I thought it would. Like a lot of hobbyists, I have a backlog that always seems to grow faster than I could ever paint it. Having that monthly goal kept me coming back to the painting desk. At the start of each month, I'd set a goal and work towards having those models tabletop ready by the month's end. And the challenge couldn't have come in a better time for me. It started while I was going through the final stages of a gnarly divorce. And later, my mom became ill and eventually passed away. And it was an incredibly difficult year. But having that monthly hobby goal gave me something positive to focus on and kept me coming back to the painting desk. And looking back, I think that routine helped me more than I realized at the time. And because I stuck with it, I finally finished a sizable towel forest I'd been collecting since 2013. I still remember when the 6th edition Codex came out and seeing the Riptide model for the first time and thinking, yeah, I need one of those. Well, 13 years later, thanks to the challenge, I finally got to put that army on the tabletop. So thank you all for creating the challenge that motivated me to paint and to keep moving forward. I really hope to see it return next year. And although somehow my backlog is already growing again. Thanks, everyone.
All right. So let's talk about a few changes.
Okay.
One of the discussions I had, as you just heard, kind of had some thoughts around changes. Right. And here's a couple suggestions Chelle and I came up with. So the first one we came up with was Hobby Jam, which I'm stealing from Blake from Life After the Cover Save, who calls it Paint Jam.
Paint Jam, yeah.
And this is where you get together with your friends and you hobby.
Right.
And this would be a bonus point where you take a photo of you and your friends hobbying
together.
Yeah.
Right.
And painting and together. And what's more fun than that? And
we decided that you can even do it remotely.
Virtually.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you jump into the independent characters Discord voice chat in the bottom, and I could take a screenshot of all the people in the voice chat, I could do it.
I mean, we'd love pictures like of the people themselves.
Or
if you want.
people are on Zoom, a Zoom click or
Teams, whatever you're using.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be great because I love hobbying with friends.
Right.
Right. I think it's super fun. You get a bonus point if you're doing some of this with friends. So
Cool. I think that's an easy one.
that's an easy one.
Yeah,
That's
for
a good
sure.
one. The next one I named, You're in the Army Now. And here's
Or in your case, you're in the Army again.
no, thank you. I got a nightmare about that now. So originally, the original Hobby Progress Challenge started with Zach and Jeff and myself. And our objective was to get a painted playable army
Right.
to the table at Adepticon.
Right.
And so our whole objective was get an army painted.
Right.
And each month we did a unit, blah, blah, blah.
New year, new Army. Yeah.
And I showed up with my Ultramarines army at the time. That was my goal.
And it got painted. Yep.
And I was one of 3 Ultramarines players at Adepticon that year. They were not
wild?
popular.
Right.
Wild.
And
Right,
everybody was like, whoa, you actually have Ultramarines.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. Because Nick, Tasty Tastes,
Right.
he had borrowed that Ultramarine army from his friends.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that is a beautiful army. And that's where I was like, I got inspired by seeing that.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I want something like that. It looks really cool. Anyway, so You're in the Army Now would be you actually complete a playable army at a standard tournament level playable.
So 2,000
army.
points.
For 40K it would be 2,000 points. I don't know what it is for Age of Sigmar. I don't know if that's
2,000
the same. Okay,
points.
2,000 points. This is going to negate skirmish games. Those don't count.
Right. No, it shouldn't.
These are full on armies. Ideally, probably just for Age of Sigmar or 40K.
Yeah. Or maybe the old world.
They're,
Which is also
old world's still in that
Yeah.
realm. And so this bonus point isn't necessarily attainable by everybody, especially
Right.
if you're bouncing around to different things and you're
Right.
not painting a full army.
Adan.
So, but I mean, that's fine. Like, not
Yeah,
everybody wants
right.
a new army. I'm not
Right.
going to paint a new army.
Right.
From start to finish.
Yeah,
But it's a way to get an extra point.
but it's a way to get extra point.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
and you have to, and all of the units in that army have to have been painted in the time of the challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You would see them all, and then
Right.
here's the whole army. Yeah, I think that's a really good one.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
And nothing we need to drop.
I don't feel like we do.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I think the more options, the better. We didn't have any that came in at 0.
right.
So the cleaning the mechanism had some.
Yeah.
Oh, it had
yeah.
it had a ton. It wasn't top, which
It
is
was
what
kind of.
we were
It wasn't at the
expecting.
bottom. And
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
at
It
the
was
top.
kind of in the middle there.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is solid,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I like that one. I think that's a
That's
really good
good.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, another one. I can't remember who it is, but there's somebody on the Discord that is building their hobby room right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh, it's Joe.
Is it? Oh, it's Joe.
Yeah.
And
Hal Jordan.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
So
looking,
cool.
It's looking good. I really wish I had construction skills.
Right.
Listen, I've got a great.
No, I was gonna say your room is
I've got
pretty
a
good.
great room,
Yeah.
but there are some changes I'd like to make. And seeing him do this, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had those skills because that looks really cool. We can make a bonus one, build your hobby. I think that's a little absurd. But if other people out there have ideas
Yeah.
for bonus points, like we are open to considering
Yeah.
them.
I am open to considering many of them.
I would love to see a thread or a group of photos, maybe on the Facebook page or in Discord, of the before and after of the cleaning the mechanism.
Yeah, there
Oh, all
there
the
has to
different
be.
ones.
Right.
There has to be in the thread.
Well,
Right,
we have
but
it
I
in
mean-
the thread, but maybe if we had
Oh,
a collage of
a
them would
collage
be-
of before and afters.
That really speaks to Adan,
It does. Yeah.
the organizer. I think that's what I'm going to call you from now on.
The organizer.
the organizer.
We have
Funny.
Campos was the game accelerator.
The accelerator. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the organizer. I want it to sound more like
What's the
equalizer.
opposite? What's the opposite of accelerator? Decelerator?
Demotive? I don't know.
I'm just thinking about Sky playing.
Oh yeah. Boy.
Sorry, Sky. I love you.
No, yeah, we love you, Sky, but make a
set-
decision, bro.
Oh, does he have analysis paralysis?
Oh, big time.
Does.
Oh, okay.
It's to the point, and I don't know if I'm sure we've mentioned this. It's to the point where if we're playing with him and Jade is not here, I will text Jade and be like, "Can you call Sky and tell him to hurry up?" And she will call or text him.
Well, there's a
and we did it. We did it
at Adepticon.
at
for,
Adepticon at Space Hulk.
Space Hulk. It was so
egg
fun.
timer.
It's just fun to give him. It's fun to give him a hard time.
Egg timer.
Well, to be fair, we were playing a brand new game.
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And we're almost always playing a brand new game with
And
them.
he's good. And also, Sky's good at games.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
when
Once he groks a game.
Yeah. And then he starts kicking. But although I think Jade's better.
All right.
And Jade is cutthroat. Like when they get playing together. It's fun. It's fun. Okay.
This is cool. Let's see what people come up with.
So yeah, would love to hear what you guys can come up with. Okay.
And see what you think of our two suggestions or your two suggestions.
We'll get Josh on.
Yep.
But what are you thinking about doing for the next Hobby Progress Challenge? And again, we're going to have some kind of competition here.
Yeah.
My problem is, as we start talking about this, I am like kind of
almost done.
Partway done with my knights. Now, some of them are just primed effectively. So those 3 are just primed. So maybe I get some points there.
So start taking pictures now before you go any further.
Before I go any further with them. But the other ones are about
they're going to be done
3/5 of the way. They'll be done probably
before October.
Yeah.
So you can't
But
count
this
them.
group, no. Okay. So what are you thinking of working on?
So Red Corsairs, because they're largely just primed right now.
Yeah, take pictures of them now.
And I have pictures of them before they were primed.
Okay.
I have a bunch of Conquest stuff that I need to get worked on and get done.
Have you played Blake in Conquest yet?
Not Blake.
Oh, I thought you had.
No.
Okay.
I have a smattering of orc units that I want to add, like
40K.
like Ludas and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So that I want to do that. I want to do more on my Cities of Sigmar army. And because I started a Witch Hunter themed army, but it's only at 1,000 points for that Adepticon event. And so I need to add units to that to get it to 2,000 points. So I want to do that.
Now we also got to be clear.
Yeah.
We have to paint this stuff. Like we can't send it out to
Painted Figs.
Painted
we
Figs
have to be clear because
Adan sends a lot of stuff to Painted Figs.
Or Colin Ward.
Oh.
You sent stuff to
I won't take. I haven't sent anything to Colin forever, even though I do have some Thousand Suns.
Okay, so I'm glad you
but
brought this up.
I will not take credit for any of that.
I'm glad you brought this up because I have to shout this out. So I got an email from Painted Figs because my second wave of Cathay was supposed to be done in July, and they're like, "Dude, we're really sorry, it didn't get done."
Did you have so much of that stuff?
But here's a bunch of work in progress photos of your stuff.
How big is that army? It's gonna be like multiple of every unit.
No, so the first wave of Cathay
that you received, right? The 2 big boxes.
Right. So the first wave of Cathay was the 2 starter Cathay was 2 of the starter Cathay boxes. Okay. And then they've released new units. It was a second wave. That's the second wave.
Gotcha.
But they were like, "We're really sorry, but here's some work in progress of the ones that are actually that we're working on."
Yeah.
And it was really interesting. Like one unit, there was one model that was completely done.
Sure.
And the rest of them were just built and based.
You know why, right?
And well, yeah, because they want to get their sample and get it. But it was interesting to see the work in progress. So I could kind of see the process, because some of them were like 2/3 of the way done. And so I wrote them back. I'm like, "Oh, this is really cool. It'd be really neat if you guys like posted a video of like the steps from A to Z when you get a box in all the way to when it gets shipped out, right?" Yeah. That would probably be pretty interesting for people.
Yeah.
So he writes back. Navin's a really cool guy. Mm-hmm. And he says, "Well, first of all, we have a YouTube channel. But that YouTube channel, and it's interesting because what they do is they show shots of things they've completed. But he says, here's 2 videos we made for you of the process from and
he had exactly
and he actually went through and he was like, "Hey, Adan wants to see how we're doing the intake. What are you guys doing with intake?"
Oh, that's cool.
And he walked around the studio with his phone. And video,
so
just because I asked about it, and I was
where's
like,
he
"Oh my god,
again?"
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. So the other interesting thing is he has teams of people that are painting.
Oh yeah,
it. And so usually I think that initial model is here's how it's going to be painted. Multiple people are painting those units,
right?
Yeah. So they have to know like here is the paint that was used. Here's what it looks like.
Yeah. And their QA process is pretty harsh.
I gotta tell you, the stuff that they sent to you for that Cathay stuff looked really good.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
They've done a lot of armies for me. They have my Mordians, they did a bunch of Sisters, they've done a lot of stuff, a lot of Age of Sigmar stuff, and it's really cool because I could say, "Hey, this is how I want it to look," and they'll come up with the thing, and it works really well. I had one where they got the colors reversed.
Yeah.
And they sent me
you told me that.
the thing, and I say, "Hey, no, these are reversed." They fixed it like in a week.
All right, so
less.
back to what.
But anyway, I'm gonna send you the links to those videos.
Sure.
And you can put them in the show notes. But it was really cool. He was like, "Oh, Adan wants to see this process." And it was like, I felt like it was really special.
VIP.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
You treat like a good customer. All right. So what's your Redemptionist warband? Did you talk about that?
No. So I want to do I want to finally do a Primaris army. I've got all these models.
Okay.
I've never done a Primaris army. I only have my firstborns. And I just want to finalize my Redemptionist warband. I think it's all done, but
This is for Necromunda.
Necromunda.
Skirmish.
Yeah, because the new edition came out.
Yeah.
And, I'll try it again, and we'll see.
Yeah, maybe that'll click for you.
Yeah.
I don't think it will, but maybe it will.
Yeah,
Or maybe you'll actually appreciate how actual skirmish force works, like one that's not patched together, right? Like, because before you were playing,
I played Venators. I've played.
But when you really got frustrated with it, it was like you were playing all these different.
It was the Venators.
Yeah.
It was the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
But I've also done Enforcers.
Okay.
And I've done the Redemptionists.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. All right. For me, I'll finish up those Chaos Knights.
Yep.
I have a smattering of Chaos units I need to do. I have clearly two units of Possess now. I have my
Defiler.
Chosen. I have my Defiler.
What I see on the desk over there.
I'm gonna paint Chelle's Defiler for Golden Demon.
Ooh.
So that might take more than a month. But that one I am gonna submit to Golden Demon. I'm not gonna win anything.
But just the commitment of doing it.
Get it in there.
Yeah.
And the lightning effect looks really cool.
Yeah.
And so it'll probably draw the eye a little bit. And I'll focus a little more on details than I have in the past. Try to do it to the top of my ability. And just to submit it, just to say I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know a couple of people who have done the judging before, so they can kind of tell you the things to make sure you hit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean they already have. I'm well aware. Like I've talked to Dave Taylor, and I've talked to Caleb about this at length.
Okay.
But you're right. Like I can hit up Caleb and say, hey, give me some
feedback,
suggestion, or come down and show me how to do it.
I think it's more about you just wanting to do your absolute finest on a piece.
And submit it.
Right.
Yeah. And I have no expectations. I cannot paint like Craig,
right,
who is incredible.
Yeah.
Who did a class at
I saw that.
Sky, and Sky actually said it was one of the best classes he's ever taken.
Wow.
Craig is really good at teaching a
absolutely see
class. Yeah, because sometimes you get painters in there that are really good painters, but they're not good at teaching.
Yes,
Craig was fantastic.
I have had that experience more than once.
Yeah, he said Craig was fantastic.
I did not like spending $70 for that class.
Yeah, well, I think I would go to a class that Craig. After hearing the feedback from everybody.
It sounds great.
Yeah, so so the Defiler for Golden Demon, but I'm going to focus on Chaos stuff. I have still quite a few Chaos units I want to add to my Black Legion army, so my Black Legion army will expand significantly. And then I'll probably add units for Chelle's army as well. So,
very cool.
Yeah. So it's going to be your Chaos for me. Again.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, Chaos has quite frankly been served very well in the last year.
Yeah, it has.
I have not been disappointed.
Oh man, some of the new orc units coming out that
they look great. They look great.
And it's so funny because I still don't even think of myself as an orc player. But man, those models are just.
That's how I felt assembling this stuff, the Eldritch Raiders. For like, I looked at it, I'm like, I'm not really an Eldritch player. I'm like, man, these are really.
Those Corsairs are very nice.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. All right. Well, let's do this. We're going to take a break, come back, close out the show. All right, well, thanks for joining us for episode 282 of the Independent Characters. Listen, I think it's too late now.
What's too late?
To get
it's after
submission.
the 10th.
Yeah, because you can't, right?
This is
you
it.
You can't start. Yeah.
You can't start now, but you can start to prepare for October.
Yes.
You can take a look at the rules we have for this one. Know that they're not going to change drastically. If anything, we're just going to add more flexibility.
So now is the beginning of silly season where all the things change around.
That's right.
And you can get
it's Formula One. They call it silly season. Yeah. Yes, it is silly season
Between
at the
break.
Independent Character.
Yeah. We're always silly.
You can leave. You can, if you have ideas.
Yes.
For bonus points, for other options, for
motivation, carrot and stick for
the
staff
Hobby
challenge.
Progress staff challenge.
Yes.
At Forge World or at Warhammer World, the staff there used to be given one of the army box sets, the starter sets, and they had it have it wholly painted within a month, and then bring it in. And everybody brought it in. If it wasn't fully painted, they smashed it with a hammer.
Oh,
I mean, but if it was fully painted, you got to keep it free.
Oh,
right. But if not, they destroyed it. You didn't pay for it, so you were out.
But still,
yeah.
Well, that event they have at I think at Las Vegas Open, I think they do it at Adepticon, the meat grinder.
Yeah.
It's
it was at Nova.
It's they do this battle in a stadium with the models, single model, and if you lose, it goes into a meat grinder and they grind it up. With a manual meat grinder. Yeah,
and everybody's like yelling and shit. Yeah. So if you have ideas, you can reach out to us. You can either send me an email, Carl at the Independent Characters. You can reach out to us on the Discord. You can reach out to us through the Facebook. You can leave us a voicemail.
How do they leave us a voicemail?
Oh, we went over that already. Now you're kicking the dead horse.
But it can't involve meat grinders or hammers.
No. Nothing I'm paying for is going through a meat grinder. Please leave us reviews on your Apple or podcast of choice,
Podbean or whatever.
Whatever you're using. Please leave us a review. Yeah, we would really appreciate it. As I just mentioned, we have the Facebook group still going. We have the Discord, which is incredibly active. It's a great community of people.
What if somebody actually wants to support the show?
Well, then we have a Patreon, and they can join the Patreon.
All right.
Which reminds me, Chelle.
Yes.
We have more orders for the Pride Icy stickers that get to go out because anybody who's on the Patreon, we are sending one to free.
Yeah.
We sent out the whole first batch, even internationally, sent some to Australia.
Wow.
Which is actually quite reasonable when you're just sending
when you're sending an envelope. Yeah.
Yeah. But we do have some more I need to put into the spreadsheet, and then we'll send those out. We'll do that this week. Other people should have received.
Ooh, he said spreadsheet.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right. You got anything you wanna throw out there? What's going on with Lords and Heroes? You guys putting down any more episodes?
Yeah. We're going to be recording on the 23rd. We're going to be playing a Battle March game, and then the episode's going to be about Battle March.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. I just learned about Battle March for the first time when you and Tom played.
Yeah.
So
I think we should talk about that on another episode about modifying it for 40K.
Sure. Chelle, you got anything? We'll put once we have your website up, we'll put link to your website for jewelry for
sure.
Since we are primarily male skewed in terms of the number of listeners, we have a few females.
Yes.
But primarily male skewed. Hey, if you got a significant other.
Excellent Christmas present.
Excellent Christmas present.
Anniversary.
Whatever. Just presents.
Presents.
All right. Who doesn't like
I just bought some models presents.
Oh, that's
I can
a
make
good
a
one.
killing here.
That's a good one. That's a
make some jewelry with models.
Somebody just was talking on Reddit about how much money do you think you've spent on 40K?
Oh, God.
And I'm like, well, I've been playing 20 years. I go, if you factor in like all my travel, everything I've bought, books, everything, I go, it's probably in excess of $20,000.
Oh, yeah.
At this point. But 20 years worth of hobby and enjoyment, like to me, that is, it is kind of a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of, for me, like money well spent.
Wire wrapped dice.
$1,000 a year. I mean, that's reasonable.
Oh yeah,
for a hobby.
I think you've spent more than that, but yeah,
maybe. But this last year, I just took the like online war game survey thing that came out, and it was like, oh, have you bought more than you have before, or less this year, and blah, blah.
For me, it's less this year.
Significantly less this year than previously. So now the cat's on the table. Okay, she's telling us she needs to eat, and we need to wrap it up. So until next time, this is Carl.
This is Adan.
This is Chelle.
And we're coming to you from the Astronomicon, where I would say it's never too late to start the Hobby Progress Challenge, but it's too late for this one.
Where you can get 6 bonus points per year.
Only 6.
Only 6.
Only 6.
And Adan.
And where something is better than nothing.
All right. We'll see you next time. This episode of The Independent Characters is protected by the Creative Commons license. If you have further questions as to its use, you can find information on the front page at theindependentcharacters.com.
Wow.